Right now, you are absolutely certain about something that never happened. You don't know which memory it is. You can't feel it from the inside. It sits in your mind with the same weight, the same texture, the same emotional color as every true thing you've ever experienced. And that's exactly the problem. Your memory does not work the way you think it does. Most people picture memory like a video file. You record something, it gets stored, and when you need it, you press play. Clean, stable, accurate. But that's not what's happening inside your head, not even close. What your brain is actually doing every time you remember something is far stranger and far more useful than you've ever been told. Psychologist Frederic Bartlett was one of the first scientists to put this on paper. In 1932, at Cambridge University, he ran a now famous experiment. He gave participants a Native American folk tale to read, a story full of unfamiliar cultural details, strange imagery, boats, and battles and ghosts. Then, after a delay, he asked them to recall it. What he found stunned him. People didn't just forget details, they changed them. They smoothed out the strange parts. They replaced unfamiliar elements with things that made sense to them. They unconsciously edited the story to fit their own cultural expectations, and then remembered their edited version as if it were the original. Bartlett called this constructive memory. Memory, he argued, is not a replay, it is a reconstruction. Your brain doesn't store the past, it stores the pieces, fragments, feelings, a few key images, the emotional tone. And then every single time you remember something, it rebuilds the whole scene from those pieces. It fills in the gaps, it borrows details from similar events, it updates the memory with things you've learned since. And when it's done reconstructing, it hands the result back to you as if it were the original unedited footage. You have never once in your entire life watched a memory. You have only ever watched a reconstruction. Think about a birthday from your childhood, one that feels clear. You can see the cake, maybe the room, maybe a face or two. But here is what you're actually seeing. A scene your brain assembled from fragments of that day, photographs you've looked at since, stories relatives have told you, and dozens of other birthdays that have blurred together over time. The more you've recalled that memory, the more it has changed. Because every single time you remember something, you are not just watching it, you are rewriting it. This is what neuroscientist Karim Nader discovered in a landmark experiment published in the year 2000. Working at McGill University, Nader trained rats to fear a specific sound by pairing it with a mild electric shock. Once the fear memory was fully formed, he let it sit. Then, days later, he reactivated the memory, he played the sound again, and injected a drug into the rat's amygdala that blocked the process of memory reconsolidation. Without reconsolidation, a reactivated memory cannot be stored again. The result was extraordinary. The fear was gone, not suppressed, gone. The memory had been erased at the moment of recall. What Nader proved was something the scientific community had assumed for decades was impossible. He proved that memory is not stable. Every time a memory is retrieved, it becomes temporarily unstable, malleable, editable, vulnerable. And when the brain stores it back, it stores a new version, a version that includes whatever was happening around you the moment you recalled it, a version shaped by your current mood, your current beliefs, your current understanding of the world. You are not remembering your past. You are rewriting it every time without knowing, and the rewriting goes deeper than you want to believe. Elizabeth Loftus has spent over 50 years proving just how easy it is to plant a memory that never existed. Her most famous study, conducted in the 1970s, showed subjects footage of car accidents. Then she asked them to estimate how fast the cars were going, but she changed one word in the question. For some subjects, she asked how fast the cars were going when they contacted each other. For others, she used the word smashed, just that one word. The group who heard smashed estimated significantly higher speeds. They also reported in a follow-up interview seeing broken glass at the scene. There was no broken glass. A single word had created a detail in their memory that had never existed. In later experiments, Loftus went further. She planted entire false childhood memories, being lost in a shopping mall, being visited by a doctor, riding in a hot air balloon. With the right suggestion delivered the right way, roughly a third of her subjects didn't just accept the false memory, they elaborated on it. They added sensory details. They told her things they could smell and hear at the time. They cried. They were not lying.